Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes, and those all-important dudettes. This is Wayward,
And I am Soundwave.
and this is the second game of round 2 from the CanCraft tournament held here in Canberra on the 29th of April 2012. In the top right corner we've got the Zerg player MontyPylon, and in the bottom left corner we have the Protoss player Kohveaks.
Yeah, this is actually the first Protoss we've casted.
Yeah, fifth game and first Protoss. Obviously a bit underrepresented so far, so maybe we'll look at getting more Protoss into these games later on. But, so this is the map Shakura's Plateau. Soundwave, what advantages does this give either the Zerg or the Protoss player, do you think?
Most pros that I've heard from can seem to consider this map balanced in favour of Protoss, but only slightly, because it's fairly easy to take and hold a third as like pretty much any race.
And all of these trees would have to give an advantage to units like Protoss, who can make better use of the cover, whereas Zerg just have to charge through blindly in most cases.
Yeah, Colossi can see over those bushes, I believe.
Alright, so here we've got some early scouting from Kohveaks, and sees there's no base here. Obviously he's going to know where the base is now, he's going to have to take a peek. Overlord's flying across from MontyPylon, so we've got Overlord going over to the left-hand side. We'll see that the base is empty and they are diagonally opposed.
Yeah, 14 pull there from MontyPylon, standard stuff.
So you see a lot of standard play. Now, Soundwave, do you know the leagues of these players?
Kovacs is in gold, I believe. I'm not sure what MontyPylon is in. I think platinum, maybe? I'm actually not sure.
So a mid-tier match this time, not Grandmaster like we've done for the last few casts, a much more mid-tier kind of fight.
Yeah, there's some Pro-Paras there.
Alright, now, with this in mind, let's be looking for any ways that these players can improve if they decide to watch this replay.
Well, Forge Fast Expand from Kovacs, that's very standard, and there's the expansion from MontyPylon.
So both going standard play, doing nothing risky, maybe it's a bit of delay on the pro... Oh, see here we can see that they are in the lower leagues. There's a fair bit of poor macro. It was 78...
There was a bit of delay on putting that Nexus down.
Yeah, he banked a couple of hundred minerals too early, which isn't a big issue, but early in the game it's not what you want to see.
Yeah, and so now Kovacs, there's something he could do, like he could try and, get some pylons up behind the expansion of MontyPylon, but MontyPylon did have his Overlord over his natural, so he would have seen any such tactics.
And this probe's going to go down, he's going to be caught and slashed to pieces by these Zerglings. Take some time, but they're eventually going to get there. There's a second Zergling in front, just kind of scouting away, so if he decides to turn around, that probe is gone.
Yeah, man.
Well, look at that shield recharging.
Yeah, probes are actually faster than Zerglings, but...
I believe the Zergling's faster. He's getting a slight bit of ground as time goes on. Oh, there he probe stopped and it was all over. The minute he stopped, he was like, probably stopped going, dude, why the hell am I stopping? There's a Zergling right behind me. I want to die!
Yeah, not much more to say there. That probe was quite foolish. I guess his AI... Probes are robots, right? I guess his AI was shoddy.
I want to hope they're robots, otherwise they're like little babies or fetuses and child soldiers. Not what you want to see in a PG or MA game.
And third base going down for MontyPylon.
Ooh, fast third expansion.
Yeah, so he's actually going for the Stefano style. This is a very popular style that Zergs have been adopting against Protoss recently. Many Zergs express difficulty dealing with Protoss, so they're going for this style, which Protossers have said is very hard to stop. And it's a telltale sign of the Stefano style when they get that quick third and have taken no gases. So
now, for those of us who don't know what the Stefano style is, what would we expect to see from a Zerg player here?
Well, what's going to happen is he's going to get those three bases, have 2 on each mineral patch, so saturated, and then he's going to get maxed on roaches, basically, and he's going to get +1 ranged attack. He's going to have his lair, he's going to have roach speed, and he's going to do everything he can to deny the third of the Protoss. That's what this build is all about, and then you basically throw money at the Protoss opponent.
Alright, here we've got Protoss just doing more standard stuff, getting cannon up. Now, never a fan really of the cannons in the front line. I much prefer them to see them behind a pylon. Now, it's not that much of an issue on this one, because there's only, 1 or 2 spots for an attacker to get there, so only 1 or 2 Zerglings to be attacking him at any one time. But still, I prefer it to be none at all. It also means that the cannon goes down so much faster to a Baneling Blast if one comes up than if it was behind a pylon.
Well, at the moment the Forge is in the way, so if there was a Baneling Blast, it would target the Pylon and the Zealot right there. but obviously it's the Stefano style. And though there is a Baneling bust a Zerg player can do off 3 bases, he would have taken his gas much earlier if that was the case. And Kohveaks is going for 3-gate Robo, and that's some pretty standard stuff right there. Also getting +1 weapon attacks.
So Kohveaks going a very well practiced, very well refined Protoss build against Zerg, which is a fast expand. Now, I generally find you either see the 3 gateway Robo, or you see some gateway plays, some Phoenix harass with Voids to push out.
Yeah, there's a few things that Protoss can do, and right now we see, I'm pretty sure those were just rallied to the natural because the natural is not fully saturated, and we see the advantages of the Stefano style coming into play. 60 drones to the 41 of Kohveaks, and Kohveaks, there are like builds that are designed to punish that fast third, but nothing Kohveaks really could have done at this point.
So we're at the 8-minute mark, no player's really got an army at the moment. There's 3 offensive units for the Protoss, not many more for the Zerg, just kind of building up their economies. Now in this case, the Zerg does have this definite advantage. It's 3 bases economy versus just the single, the double base, the Protoss. And you never want Zerg to get that economic lead because they can just punish you with just wave after wave of units.
Yeah, and wave after wave of units is exactly what we're going to see, because now we see the 4th base and a macro hatchery going down from the Zerg player, who's obviously well practiced with this style of play. And if you want, and for a Protoss player, you know, there's been lots of round table type discussions on how to stop this style. It's generally agreed that the Protoss should take a quick third and then just make a lot of Immortals early, and Immortals are coming out for Kohveaks, and by 12 minutes or maybe 11 minutes, the Zerg player will be maxed out on Roaches.
So there will be a lot of Roaches versus Immortal with weapon upgrades, and the Roaches will have their faster movement speed and range damage. No armor going up, the Sunken going down, not really necessary at this point in time, but never a bad thing to play it safe when you're in the lead, just to make sure you remain there. Now you can see the players' league is coming into this. You can see their macro game's a bit poor. They've both got too many minerals banked.
Yeah, and MontyPylon actually he hasn't really scouted at all. So you know, if for example Kohveaks had been going for DTs or something like that.
4th base coming out for MontyPylon.
Yes, yeah, that's part of this style as well. But if like Kohveaks had been going for DTs, the lack of scouting from MontyPylon would have lost him the game. Also, another thing that the Stefano style is vulnerable to is a 2-gate, not a 2-gate, a 2-base, attack with many warp gates, many blink stalkers.
Now this is something you like to see. A lot of games you'll see lower tier or lower league players getting the burrow movement tunneling claws without actually getting burrow, and they'll kind of realise it as an afterthought. They'll be in a fight going, "No, I'm going to burrow move. I'm so cunning. Wait, why can't my guys burrow? Ah, crap! I need to research it."
Yeah, that's definitely not something you ever want to have happen to you. Colossi coming out for Kohveaks.
Colossi coming out with the extended thermal lances, getting armor. So the Protoss player is making good use of his resources. He's still got far too many banks. It looks like he's gas blocked. So really, in this
supply blocked as well.
Supply blocked as well. So what I would do if I was a Protoss player here, and like I said before, I'm not a pro player, especially not with Protoss, but I would be throwing down a lot of pylons and a lot of zealots. Now, the money has rapidly gone down, so possibly a lot of pylons gone down.
4 pylons going down.
4 pylons going down. I would say a lot of zealots got pumped out just based on those numbers and the resources, but there's climbing up again already. Same with MontyPylon. Too many resources banked there.
But he's trying to fix that by taking his 3rd, but I don't think he can hold this 3rd. He's going to have, I believe, 2 Colossi on the field any second now, or... Yep, no, just the 1 Colossi actually, and he's going to have 2 Immortals as well, but depending on how MontyPylon engages, Kohveaks can pretty much die right here.
Well, as I was saying earlier, Crypt Spread is something that really separates the mid-tier from the higher tier Zerg players, and it's, in example here, you'll see the Crypt Spread for 13-minute mark, and with no real opposition, the Crypt Spread you're expecting much further, but it's just kind of steadily trickled out. Hasn't even connected all the bases. 2 bases unconnected to each other through creep. Not even halfway at the map. And from no real opposition, you would want to have close to 2/3 of the map covered by now.
Yeah, not the entire map, just the way to the base.
Yeah, you'd probably want to get both these watchtowers and these cliffs to make sure you're not counted, but that's all really all you would need.
Double spire from MontyPylon, so it looks like he's actually not committing 100% the Roach Pressure is going to go for another popular style against Protoss, and that is the Mass Mutalisks we force a base trade.
At this point, he's max supply with a lot of minerals, so he's got no harm just going for it.
Actually, 108 drones, that's actually a bit too many in my opinion. But, you know, he can get away with it, that's the point.
Well, he's playing the game of drones. As you know, you should play the game of drones, you either drone or you lose.
Yeah, man, and he can get away with it, as I said. There's not really anything Kohveaks can do about this point. If he pushes out, he'll just be overrun and killed.
I'm not so sure, there's only... he's seen the Thurge, he's going to destroy it. The Stalkers are going to be... Yeah, they're going to be sitting back, helpless and impotent, just watching it get destroyed, not being able to really counter anything. Knows if he goes forward, he'll just get owned, and there goes the Nexus.
Yeah, but now he's forced to pull back. 3 Colossi. Colossi are very powerful units, so...
Yeah, so they can turn the tide. They're a force multiplier to the extreme. Now, unfortunately, well, depends which race you play for, unfortunately. Protoss have some great force multipliers. The Mortals and Colossi, fantastic reward units for getting a strong economy going. Whereas you can argue that Zerg and Terran don't have these kind of reward units. If you get ahead with the macro, there's really no way you can really punish your player, the opponent, like you can with Protoss with those just third tier units.
Yeah, MontyPylon, he just had 8 Corruptors come out getting adrenal glands for his Zerglings. That's something that lower league players often forget. You know, even I forget it sometimes.
I have pointed out to you more than once when we've done a few 2v2s that you'll be ignoring adrenal glands. You'll have Hive Tech and be using things the whole game and just completely forget adrenal glands.
Yeah, and it's not just me. Some pro gamers even forget adrenal glands, but it's so good, and it's good to see.
Who wants, overpowered Zerglings? No one wants those, right? Definitely not a Zerg player.
Yeah, but we see the Corruptors moving around the map for MontyPylon. His Great Aspire is on the way, so we're going to be seeing Broodlords and, not really too much Kohveaks can do against that.
What's unfortunate, I think, here is MontyPylon had a commanding lead, massive supply advantage, massive economic advantage. Now you will see the supplies are getting close to equal. Sure, MontyPylon has a lot more minerals banked. Pardon me, he has a lot more minerals banked, but at the end of the day, they've both got so many minerals they can rebuild most of their army and go back to the fight. So it'll be... MontyPylon has to get to probably a third round of army in a close succession before his economic level will really show here. And that's not a situation you want to be in, especially when your drone count's so high, the Protoss force can have a larger force.
Yeah, even though Kohveaks has 5 Colossi, even though Broodlords are really, really good units, the thing is...
So nice placement here. I like them up in the cliff. They're straight a bit. And this is going to get him punished. He's going to...
Blink is about to finish, so he's just going to actually...
And look at those
this engagement got hugely in favour of Kohveaks.
Yeah, Kohveaks, much better engagement here, much better macro. Ward, the MontyPylon let his flyers get too far out. When he went to try to rescue them with Roaches, they just got walled off. And here we have the Roaches being chased away by those charged zealots. They're hitting the spine crawlers to slow them down, but that engagement is too big. He's got the Immortal, he's got the Colossi, he's got some Stalkers.
He did pick off 3 Colossi though, so Kohveaks' army has been whittled down as well. 19 more Corruptors on the way.
He's back up to 200 supply though, so this will be interesting. 23 Roaches coming, here's those Corruptors.
These Colossi are going to go down like a sack of bricks, and that's going to leave 1 Immortal.
I'm not so sure, the Colossi is standing strong.
Yeah, actually. The Colossi, they live for now.
Yeah, and once again, MontyPylon's force going down. He's lost the economic lead. He doesn't have as many resources banked. I want to say Kohveaks is looking like he's going to win this at this point.
Well, yeah, if he just pushes in and takes out all the tech. Oh, look, his Colossi straying from his army, getting picked off. That's actually a big mistake, potentially game-costing mistake.
Well, I think he's got too many Corruptors at this point. He spent way too many resources on his Corruptors. Sure, you'll be scared off Colossi. Who isn't? But
actually, MontyPylon's got this. He just managed to whittle it down just enough.
Well, he's held it, doesn't he? He's got it.
No,
183 to 104 supply.
There's no proxy pylon.
Alright, well, can he counter though? Will he doesn't have a big enough army to counter and destroy the Protoss?
Yeah, he's on...
He's 5 bases. Yeah, 5 bases to 3 though. That's not what you want to see. Can you throw the unit tab Soundwave?
Yeah.
Alright, so still 108 drones. More than enough drones. Probably over drone at this point. You'd want to see that knocked down to maybe 80 to get you the supply the units.
Yeah, so MontyPylon, he's going to try and go in, but obviously these charged zealots are going to deny...
Zealots plus 3 weapons will own those Lings.
Oh, absolutely.
Lings only have 2 armor, so they're being one-shotted.
But you know what Zealots won't own? These Broodlords. So these Broodlords are going to... And even though Kohveaks has an observer and he scouts this coming, you know, Kohveaks.
Well, what do? You get a mothership. That's really the Protoss counter of Brood Lords. Just get a mothership, try to get rid of them from the fight,
or
and
at
engage.
the very least, get a few Void Rays to pick off these Brood Lords. But at the moment, he has 7 Stalkers. That's not enough to beat this army.
When Stalkers are outnumbered by Brood Lords, something's going horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, man. Kohveaks is pretty much going to die right here. And, you know, MontyPylon...
Well, you've said this before. You said that MontyPylon was going to die, and he held that, and now he's turned the tables.
No, yes, that's true, but, you know, Kohveaks, he just doesn't have anything. Like, he doesn't even have the production or economic, you know, things to fall back on that MontyPylon did in that bad situation before. And these Brood Lords are just going to shoot so many Broodlings and 4 Colossi. Yes.
Yeah, he's got the Colossi flanked by the Corruptors. They're just going to pick them off. That cannon's trying his best, and Zerg is rushing in, going for the economic damage, but Stalk is well positioned to actually kill them. Now, I'd say that's accidental, but still fruitful the same. And those others just getting owned by those Brood Lords. You're 100% correct in that respect. The question is, can anything be done to stop those Brood Lords advancing?
Yep, I don't think so. Those 7 Stalkers, you know, Brood Lords will beat the Stalkers.
No, well, you want to have at least outnumber the Brood Lords 2 to 1 if you're going to engage with the Stalkers, and at this point, the Stalkers are outnumbered.
Yeah, man. These Colossi doing it.
Racking up heaps of kills, sick damage, 40. Will he break 50 kills for the Colossi? Not bad effort. Hero Colossi there, trying his best to hold his own. Probably listening to Eye of the Tiger in the cockpit there. Fighting to the last. It's broken 60 kills. Brood Lord still going. Their Stalk is trying their best to hold off, and it's called GG. So that Colossi lives. 67 kills. Pretty epic, in my opinion, for one Colossi.
I'm going to assume that, you know, the people on Aya saw that this Colossus was a total boss and warped him away before he was destroyed. That's what I'm going to say.
So Kohveaks now, just for the record, in this tournament has a Hero Colossi that was warped out to fight another day.
How many other players can claim that?
Alright, well, that was the second game of round 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. I am Wayward.
And I'm Soundwave.
Good evening, and good night.